All right, let's talk about this Misfits card. I did not watch it, but I watched the whole build up and I caught three of the fights I was actually decently interested in on YouTube after I watched the Slim versus Salt Poppy fight, the Logan Paul versus Dillon Danis fight, of course. I mean, that's the one probably everyone was most excited to see for obvious reasons. We just wanted to see a double knockout. And KSI versus Tommy Fury. I have a lot to say about a couple of these fights. But let's start with Slim and Salt Poppy. Salt Poppy's someone who has like natural boxing instincts. In his couple fights before fighting Slim, you could tell he has a lot of good counter punches. He just has that natural rhythm when it comes to boxing. But the dude needs to learn how to move his head off that center line, because that's how he always gets caught when he loses. And Slim came out not looking too good. He looked very lethargic. He looked kind of slow. And then he kind of found his rhythm as the fight went on. And Salt Poppy, if he just learned how to move his head a little bit more, I mean, he could have just dominated that fight. But Slim was catching him just standing there. For real, he could have took photos. But Slim gets the win. He caught Salt Poppy with the straight. And then Salt Poppy didn't move his head again and caught with the follow-up punch, which knocked him down. He beat the 10 count, but by then it was already over. Salt Poppy he was out of it. He was rocked and couldn't find his feet. So Slim ends up winning. Pretty fun fight. I'm not going to lie. That fight was very decent. I enjoyed watching it. But yeah, now on to that Logan Paul versus Dillon Danis fight. The one that had the most hype. Poor Nina took more blows in this whole thing than anybody. She probably gave more blows too, to be honest. But yeah, Logan Paul, oh my God, what a douche. Leading up to this whole thing, just the way he talks, like nothing bothers him. And he's so high-mighty and he's this great boxer. I just can't stand the guy. And then he's talking about Dillon Danis' crypto scams and Dillon Danis goes too far. But then he brings up Dillon Danis' kids that he doesn't recognize or claim, and brings up his dead dad and his prostitute mom. It's just, Logan is no better than Dillon Danis, and stupid how he tries to play high and mighty. But yeah, and Dillon Danis, let's be real. If I'm into mixed martial arts, I'm into boxing, no one respects Dillon Danis. He's just kind of a laughing stock, and I kind of feel bad for the guy because he almost needed to show up to this fight, especially if Logan Paul's suing him. Yeah. And he did, and the fight was very lackluster, let's be honest. I mean, Logan Paul probably should have went out there and knocked Dillon Danis' head off because he's the bigger guy, he's the more powerful guy, but it's silly that Logan Paul thinks he's the better boxer out of him and his brother because he doesn't look the best. His boxing style, whatever it is, he just doesn't have it. You could tell when people are naturally boxers and when they're not, and Logan Paul's a naturally athletic person, but boxing is more about timing, speed, head movement, all that stuff. And Logan Paul just doesn't seem like he has that. So, yeah, he should have knocked out Dillon Danis. But instead, it just ends up Dillon Danis ran away the whole time. Threw 16 punches in the whole fight, which has got to be like an all-time low record. Pretty pathetic. And then Dillon Danis went for a couple takedowns and guillotines, which he didn't land. It would have been cool. I would have loved to see Dillon Danis catch Logan Paul in like a choke and put him asleep. That would have been perfect. That would have been the best result yet. I mean, honestly, my favorite part about the lead up was Logan Paul getting smacked in the face with a microphone. So, I mean, I'm sure that was all of yours too. Let's be real. Both of these guys sucked, and we were just hoping for a double knockout, but we didn't get it. Instead, we got a weird, awkward, chaotic, just a disgrace on boxing type of fight. It was just weird. I don't know. But on to KSI versus Tommy Fury, the main event or co-main event, according to Logan Paul, but probably should have been the co-main event. Tommy Fury, this guy talks so high, and I try to be a fan of him, and I wanted him to win, but the way he talks compared to his performances are pretty disappointing and sad. And even Tommy Fury's dad after the fight was very low on Tommy Fury, as he should have been, because Tommy Fury should have knocked out KSI. But props to KSI. It was a close fight. People are saying that KSI probably should have won. I thought it was pretty close. But who knows? I really could care less who won that fight. But yeah, the judges scored it for Tommy Fury. Close enough where it probably could have been a draw. Even KSI could have got the nod on it. But they didn't want Tommy Fury to lose. Let's be real, because he has that Fury name. He could be a star in the sport if he keeps growing. But man, he's had some lackluster performances off of talking very high, saying he's going to destroy this guy. It's a loss if he doesn't knock out KSI. He said he was going to knock out Jake Paul, got knocked down in that fight. I mean, Tommy Fury's kind of hard to root for compared to how he talks and how he fights. The guy has natural boxing instinct, but he doesn't have that killer instinct like his dad. His dad's a freaking maniac. So is his brother. And Tommy Fury's just like a pretty boy who doesn't seem like he wants to get in the real scrap, you know? In a real scrap. So, yeah, interesting night of fights. I almost said fun nights of fights. In ways, it was so weird. It was kind of fun, you know? I'm glad I caught it all on YouTube and didn't pay for the fight, but I'd love to know what you guys thought about that Misfits card in the comments below. And until next time, I guess. Peace.